Napoleon Bonaparte. My three main reasons why Napoleon wasn't a tyrant. He rebuilt France, he rebuilt the roads and bridges, and he was a revolutionary. He rebuilt France. Napoleon didn't only rebuild buildings, bridges, and roads. He rebuilt France internally by making new codes and rebuilt military and weapons. The bridges and roads were great, but not as great as having peace and organization in Europe. The laws were revised into codes. The Code, Napoleon, still forms the basis of French civil law today. His military was known as undefeated. He took on an army much larger than his own, and in a few hours later they surrendered. Napoleon was short, but a powerful man. He would even fight up front with his men instead of staying back. He built bridges and roads. One of the things Napoleon did once he became Emperor of France was build bridges and roads. It was a smoother and safer way to travel than in fields and in trees and bushes. There were many people who helped build the roads. The roads were well built because some of the roads that were built are still used today. They were built so that an army could comfortably walk on them. When Napoleon decides to build roads and bridges, it was a great achievement. Bridges were built so instead of going through or around, you could go over dips and ravines. He was a revolutionary. Napoleon was a revolutionary because he engaged in political revolution. He did a lot of very good things for France. He didn't always do it the best way, but he did do it in such a way that it was always completed and for the good of France. He even divorced his wife so that he could have a son for the good of France. The amount of things he sacrificed was tremendous. He married an 18-year-old woman so he could have a child. He started to do what he wanted and not listen to anyone else. That is where he made a mistake and was finally defeated and was forced to resign and was sent to Elba. Napoleon gathered an army and went back and went to war, but he lost and was sent to the Devil Island and died 5 years later. Why Napoleon wasn't a tyrant. In 1800 to 1810, Napoleon brought peace to Europe that hasn't been there in 10 years. He was a great military commander. He was a great lawmaker. He had one of the largest armies in the world, and he modified the laws into codes that are still in use today.